Nafisa Hazwani.
Hello, my name is Nur Afina binti Nur Azal.
Hi, my name is Marabiato Adawiyah binti Mio Yazid.
So today our group will be present about the dividend and payout policy. But first thing, I would like to say that have you ever think about the dividend and payout policy and what is that? Let me explain. Dividend policy is an important tool because it is a major cash outlay for many corporations. So in this presentation, our group will discuss related to dividend and payout policy. Firstly, cash dividend comes in several forms, which are cash dividend, extra cash dividend, special cash dividend, and liquidity dividend. So how do they pay all of this dividend? Firstly, they have to state a declaration date, which on this date, the board of directors pass a resolution to pay a dividend. And then the second one is following by the ex-dividend date, which means 2 days before a date of record. And then the date of record is the third one, which means the date by which a holder must be recorded to designated to receive a dividend. And the last one is the date of payment, where the payment dividend check is mailed. So moving on to the repurchase stock, which means the purchase by the corporation of its own share of stock, or we call it as a buyback. Why the company want to repurchase or buy back? The first thing is a tender offer, and the second one is an open market, which this might help a company to consolidate ownership and the company wants to increase the equity.
First things that we will focus about is dividends. What is dividend? Dividend is payment made out by firms earning towards their owner in form cash or stocks as a reward. There is several types of dividends that we can see, like regular cash dividends, extra dividends, special dividends, and also liquidity dividends for cash. For example, Malayan Banking Berhad, which is known as Maybank, they paid their shareholders or owners by checks or e-dividends. Stock dividends, stock splits. What's different between them? These some dividends not paid by cash. Let's catch up with stock dividends. Stock dividend not paid by cash, so it's not true dividends. This will help to increase the number of shares that owners hold. For example, when 100 shares and the firms decided to announce that 15% stock dividend, that means that the 50% meaning that we will get extra 15 shares. For example, when we own 100 shares and company decided to announce 50% stock dividend, meaning that 15 is the 50 share that we will get. For stock dividends that have less than 20 to 25%, it's called small stock dividends. While for stock that have more than 20 to 25%, it's called large stock dividends. Next thing is stock split. Stock split is an increase in firm share outstanding but without change in owner's equity. It is the same thing as stock dividend, but what differentiates is split expressed in ratio but not in percentage. Let's take a look to understand it better. 3 for 2 stock splits means that shareholders they will get 1 extra share of stocks for each originally. Value of stock splits and stock dividends. In benchmark case, it will not change the wealth of shareholders and wealth of the firms. For popular trading, they will split the share to the price for the trading range. Stock split also might decrease the liquidity company share.
Now, we continue with 10.3, which is how do companies decide on payouts? First, managers are reluctant to make dividend changes that may have to be reversed. Second, in order to avoid the risk of reduction in payout, financial executives use smooth dividend. Third, the cost of external capital is lower than the cost of dividend cut. Fourth, manager would raise new fund to undertake a profitable project rather than reducing dividend. The last one is firm buyback stock when they have accumulated excess cash or wish to change their capital structure by replacing their equity with debt. Next, let's move to the payout controversy. Does dividend payout affect the stock value? There are three opposing views in this regard. The first one is the rightist view. Higher dividend payout increase firm value. The second one is the leftist view. Higher dividend payout reduce firm value as dividend tax more heavily than capital gains. The third one is middle of the road. Dividend policy makes no difference. The rightist view. This view on dividend payout is based on the argument that there is a group of investors who target high payout stock. Due to legal reasons, some financial institutions are legally restricted from holding stock lacking established dividend record, or second, because dividends are considered spendable cash income, or due to the possibility of receiving a constant cash flow for express instead of inconvenient in terms of transactions and other costs, selling stock periodically from their portfolios. There is another argument for why investors desire higher dividends, especially for companies with significant free cash flow and few profitable investment opportunities. It says that shareholders of such firms worry that the company may not channel available cash flow in a way so as to increase its profit, hence they may demand higher dividend payments. The next one is the leftist view. This view states that if dividends are taxed more heavily than capital gains, firms should pay as low dividend as possible. The available cash should either be retained by firms or used to buy back some of its outstanding share in the market. In this way, dividend can be turned into capital gain for investors since they pay relatively lower tax on them. The next one is the middle of the road. This view was introduced in 1961 by Modigliani and Miller. It states that dividend payout policy is irrelevant in perfect capital market. For example, no tax, transaction costs, or other market imperfections. The proof is a firm has made its investment and financing decision. For an identified investment project, it has decided on the amount of borrowing needed. Remaining funds are to be managed via retained earning, so any surplus money is to be paid out as dividend. The firm now decides to pay higher dividend without changing its investment or borrowing policy. So the extra money required can only come through issue and sales of new shares. To induce the new investor to buy this new issue, there has to be a transfer of value from old to new shareholder since the firm's market value remain unchanged.